Hey guys, Pauly Howard. I'm with Fox Sports Radio for the card Saturday. Before I tell you what I'm betting, time to rant and run Saturday, March 18th. More overs. After the last 4 games went over Thursday night with the late session, it continued into Friday, 12-4 to the over. The misery continues for the bookies. The players continue to do well, and a lot of the public teams get there after the public dogs came in on Thursday. And good Northern Kentucky hung in there. That was a good job by them to hang around and make that a game. The 116s were never a game. Though Gonzaga was only up 4 at the half, but they won by 20, didn't play well. Kansas and Carolina both dropped 100. A lot of shootouts, as I said earlier. UCLA, Kent State cut that to 5 at one point. UCLA scored 97. Oregon scored 93 points. A lot of high-scoring games. And we haven't really seen, other than USC over SMU, we haven't had an upset. We certainly can't count Middle Tennessee and Rhode Island. They were favored. And you also had Xavier only a 2-point dog. So, SMU, terrific season. They'd won 25-26, up 10 in the second half, and they fall asleep. And the big guy, transferred from Duke, didn't have a lot of help. Missed free throws, big down the stretch. USC hits the 3. They don't call a timeout. They decide to play it out. Looked like they were confused, and they lose. Tough way to end the season for SMU in that one. I'll tell you, Cincinnati's a dangerous team. Cronin has always had a good defensive squad. This team can score. They dropped 75 on Kansas State. They're going to give UCLA a game, and maybe they can win that game because UCLA falls asleep, and they don't defend. They get bored. But if they don't respect their opponent on Sunday, they're going home early. Baylor was down at the half, but they took care of New Mexico State, and both coaches griped to the media, and rightfully so after this one. Wichita wins by 6. Archie Miller said they should have been a 4. Greg Marshall said no way, Dayton should have been a 7. And this is the kind of stuff the committee does. Maybe why you haven't seen upsets, because they match up the mid-majors against each other, and they're pushing the little guy out, and they do a horrible job of seeding. But Wichita certainly didn't play well, but they defend well. Ooh, what a game Sunday as they take on Kentucky. See if they can knock Kentucky out after what happened a couple years ago. The game of the tournament was Michigan and Oklahoma State. What a way to start the day. 92-91. The Evans 3, a lot of money changed hands on that one. A huge 3 at the buzzer. It lands 1, and Michigan survives. What were they, 11 of 15 from 3 in the second half. And a track meet that nobody saw coming was the Marquette South Carolina game. 93-73. South Carolina buries Marquette. And what are they? I think they only gave up 64 points per game in SEC play. And that was a track meet nobody saw. There's a 3-point move on the under that didn't have a chance. We start at 9 a.m. Pacific coming up later today with Notre Dame and West Virginia. Some great games coming up. Your first 1 seeds in action, 11:40 Pacific with Nova and Wisconsin. Nova only a 5.5-point favorite. Gonzaga up to 11 in some spots against Northwestern. The key handicap there is Northwestern still celebrating, and Gonzaga has to be ticked off. One, they're not getting enough respect at 31 and 33 and 1, and the other one would be, they didn't play well, and they stunk against South Dakota State. Xavier and Florida State and Orlando. Can Middle Tennessee do it? Remember, 30 of 32 years, a double-digit seed has made the Sweet 16. Can Middle get in there against Butler? Butler laying 4. That's a terrific game. Winner likely to get North Carolina. By the way, what's that total going to be? North Carolina and Arkansas. Holy cow. St. Mary's in Arizona. Look at the respect for St. Mary's. Look at this line with Arizona. The 3.5 was available Friday morning at one spot in Vegas with Arizona. And Virginia and Florida, Iowa State and Purdue, great games coming up on Saturday. All right, a lot of going on up at the site. You can check out the picks and get 3 big picks over my shoulder. Time to tell you what I'm betting. Rock and roll with Brad Powers. Game of the year, locked and loaded, ready to go. His strongest play so far. Get that over my shoulder. Steven Over with the game of the month as well. And Greg Shaker, Mr. Totals, continues to crush it with his totals. He's on a nice run. He's got a big total that goes today as well. 15-10 all sports run, trying to make it 2 in a row. Handicapping the Cappers. Pauly's pick from the pros, not my pick. Great analysis and write up from the pro on this one. Let's keep it going and get that over my shoulder. Handicapping the Cappers, and as always, betting half a unit on the free play. Virginia, Florida, under 125.5. It's the number 2 defense against the number 4 defense in the country. Where are the points coming from? Going to be a grinded out, slow it down game. Let's go under 125.5. I've ranted. Now I'm going to run. Good luck out there. We'll talk to you Sunday. Enjoy the games on pregame.com.